In 2022, more than 39,000 migrants claimed asylum in Quebec. The point of crossing used the most, that would be Roxham Road. It's a small street off a cul-de-sac in Quebec that borders New York State. During that same period of time, only 369 people claimed asylum throughout the rest of the country. The government is divided over what to do. Quebec's Premier François Legault wants to close the unsanctioned crossing permanently. Prime Minister Trudeau wants to renegotiate the Safe Third Country Agreement that regulates our border with the U.S. For more on all of this, we are joined by Globe and Mail reporter Frédéric Xavier Duhamel, who's been covering this story. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So take us back a little bit. How did Roxham Road become the main entry point for migrants looking to come to this country?
It's hard to say exactly what brought people to Roxham Road specifically at the first point, but many people point at new U.S. policies under President Donald Trump in 2017 for the spike that we saw. Back then, there were also global events leading to record numbers of displaced people at the time. And some people still point to Mr. Trudeau's tweets welcoming people to Canada in 2017 for the spike that we saw then. There was a lower number of people due to COVID restrictions in 2020 and 2021. And now we have seen a big surge in 2022, as you pointed out earlier. And it's continuing in early weeks of 2023 with over 4,000 people coming in through unofficial entry points in Quebec in January.
Prime Minister Trudeau wants to renegotiate the Safe Third Country Agreement. So let's take a listen to what he had to say.
The way to close Roxham Road is to renegotiate the Safe Third Country Agreement with the United States.
Okay, so what is that agreement and how does it relate to Roxham Road?
So the Safe Third Country Agreement was signed in 2002 in the aftermath of the 9/11. It prevents people. In effect, it prevents people from seeking asylum at regular land borders between U.S. and Canada. They would be turned back, which is why they come irregularly through Roxham Road mostly.
So, Frédéric, Quebec Premier François Legault wants to close the crossing permanently, right, and move the migrants who have crossed over into other provinces. How would that system work?
So François Legault is calling, and others are calling for the Third Safe Country Agreement to expand to irregular crossings as well, so that people trying to come through Roxham Road would be turned back. Other advocates like Amnesty International are calling for the Safe Third Country Agreement to be suspended so that people can come in through regular crossings and make their asylum claims. There's currently a challenge before the Supreme Court. We're expecting a ruling in the coming months. So everybody agrees that the current situation is not appropriate, but solutions differ as to what to do.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You're hearing all of these different people saying different things about how to rectify the situation, how to make it best for everybody. How do you see this playing out?
Well, as I mentioned, there are varying views. The upcoming Supreme Court ruling will probably put some pressure to come up with a negotiated solution or something else. But experts have pointed out that simply closing the road with a fence or a wall would probably lead to other kind of Roxham roads popping up elsewhere because people will. The border is not sealed, as we know, and it's a vast border that needs a lot of resources. So we'll see.
We'll see, and that's what we heard from the Prime Minister as well. Frédéric, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
I want to mention we reached out to the Office of Immigration Minister, Sean Fraser, who said the following. I'm going to quote here. A pan-Canadian approach is essential in addressing this global challenge, which is why the Government of Canada has transferred thousands of asylum claimants outside Quebec to Ontario since June 2022. We are also actively working with other provinces and municipalities to identify new temporary accommodations, he says, including settlement programs such as skills matching with employers and language training for asylum claimants.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.